Ever looked around and wondered how many friends are truly genuine? Maybe you've been let down too many times by someone who seemed like a friend, but vanished when times got hard. Or maybe you're fed up with the games and fake faces that often show up in today's relationships. You're not alone. As a Sigma female, someone who is independent, keenly observant, and not tied to the usual social rules, you likely have a sharp instinct about people. However, even the most insightful people can sometimes overlook the signs of dishonesty that are right in front of them. Today, we're going to explore how a Sigma female can spot fake people. We're not just talking about the clear fakes, but also those sneaky ones who are experts at pretending in social situations. By the end of this video, you'll have all the tools you need to recognize people who aren't sincere before they waste your time, or even worse, betray your trust. Let's uncover the truth behind those who hide behind masks and learn how to choose genuine company instead. Why being real matters in relationships. For Sigma females, being real is crucial in relationships. If you value being on your own and are aware of your own needs, it's vital to be around people who are real. Authentic connections grow from a foundation of trust, shared respect, and unconditional acceptance. They don't need constant effort or leave you feeling empty. Instead, they give you energy and a safe place to be yourself without worrying about being judged. On the other hand, fake relationships are like business deals. They exist because the other person wants something from you, like your attention, help, approval, or connections. These kinds of relationships are tiring because you have to keep proving your value to keep the other person interested. For a Sigma female who enjoys her alone time and is selective about who she lets close, fake people are a big problem. They can disturb your peace, drain your energy, and even harm your ability to trust others if you let them get too close. That's why being able to spot fake people is not just about avoiding disappointment. It's about keeping your mental and emotional health intact. It's about making sure the few relationships you do invest in are truly worthwhile. Remember, as a Sigma female, your time and energy are valuable. You don't owe them to anyone. By learning to spot inauthentic people quickly, you can focus your efforts on relationships that truly add to your life rather than take from it. Understanding fake behavior. To recognize fake individuals, it's helpful to know why they act this way. Most fake actions come from feelings of insecurity, fear, or a wish to manage how others view them. Many fake individuals are always pretending. They are so worried about being liked or fitting in that they forget their true self. They copy others' interests, views, and even behaviors to blend in, altering how they act based on who they're with. Some people use fakeness as a way to manipulate others. They show a false personality to gain what they want, like your trust, your time, or something material. These people may seem very friendly or interested at first, but they often change or vanish once they get what they need. Other times, fake behavior comes from a fear of being rejected. These individuals think showing their real self might lead to being disliked or left out. So, they show a version of themselves they think others will like, which acts as a shield against being rejected. It's worth noting that not everyone who behaves inauthentically does so on purpose or with bad intentions. Many might not even realize their behavior. They've adopted these habits as ways to cope or fit into society over time, and they might not be aware of how insincere they seem to others. For a Sigma female, understanding these reasons doesn't make the behavior okay, but it does help in recognizing it. Knowing why someone acts fake makes the signs clearer. Remember, everyone sometimes acts a bit differently depending on the situation, or tries to show a better side of themselves. The real issue is when people consistently hide their true selves and struggle to be open about their flaws. Spotting fake actions through body language. A Sigma female's key skill is her ability to notice what's not being said. In spotting fake people, observing body language can show inconsistencies that words don't capture. Look for differences between someone's words and their physical signals. For instance, a person may say they're glad to see you, but if their smile doesn't reach their eyes, or if they turn their body away, it often means they don't really feel that way. Patterns of eye contact can also reveal a lot. Too much eye contact can feel overwhelming and might mean someone is trying too hard to seem honest. On the other hand, if someone often avoids eye contact, it might suggest they're hiding something or are uncomfortable with the conversation. Fake individuals usually have practiced body movements. Their actions might seem staged or unnatural, like they're sticking to a script instead of reacting genuinely to a conversation. This can show up as too perfect posture, overly dramatic gestures, or facial expressions that don't match the situation. Pay attention to micro-expressions, those quick changes in facial expression that happen in an instant before someone regains control. A brief look of scorn or irritation that is quickly covered up by a smile can show real feelings that a person is trying to hide. Touch is another clue. Fake people might use touch as a way to manipulate, like patting your arm while talking, standing too close, or touching in ways that feel planned rather than spontaneous. Or they may avoid real contact because it brings a level of closeness they're not comfortable with. Another clear sign is when mirroring feels off. While mirroring can occur naturally in sincere interactions, fake people might overdo it, copying your posture, way of speaking, or movements in a way that feels forced or clear. As a Sigma female, trust your instincts about people. That uneasy feeling or the tension you sense around someone is real. It's your body's way of noticing subtle signals that something about the interaction is off. How to spot insincere people through their words. Even beyond gestures, you can tell if someone is insincere by the way they talk and their conversation habits. If you're a very observant woman, you'll find these verbal signs as clear as the physical ones. Listen out for too much praise or compliments that don't feel heartfelt. Insincere people often use flattery to make you like them, but their compliments don't seem to come from a real place of appreciation. They might focus only on how you look or what you've achieved, not on who you truly are as a person. Watch how they deal with disagreements. Real people can have different views, but still respect yours. Insincere ones might agree with everything you say, even if they said the opposite before, or they might get upset and ignore your points if you question their ideas. Pay attention to how they talk about other people. Someone who often gossips or criticizes others when they are not present is probably doing the same to you when you're not there. Real people talk about others in a fair way without being mean or overly critical. Insincere people also tend to take over conversations, always making it about themselves. They may ask you questions, but not really listen to your answers. Or they use what you say as a way to start talking about themselves. This shows they aren't truly interested in others. Listen for whether they keep their story straight. People who aren't genuine often say different things at different times or change their opinions based on who they're with. They might tell different stories to different people or say they value honesty, but then often stretch the truth. Be cautious of someone who uses too many extreme phrases like "I never," "I always," or "everyone says." This could mean they are stretching the truth to make an impression. Name-dropping, or constantly talking about their connections to important people, is usually a sign they are more interested in seeming important than in making a real connection. For a woman who values realness over appearances, these signs can be very off-putting. Trust your gut when something about someone's words feels off, even if you can't immediately say why. The test of consistency. Watching someone's behavior over time is a good way to spot insincere people. This means looking at how they act in different situations and over periods to see if they stay the same or change a lot. Real people keep a steady core in what they believe, what they like, and how they treat people, no matter the situation. They might adapt a bit, depending on who they are with, but who they are deep down doesn't change. Insincere people, on the other hand, often change dramatically based on their company or what they want from you. They might be friendly and caring when they need something, then distant when they don't, or they might act very differently around different groups of people. Pay extra attention to how someone acts when they're stressed, think they're not being watched, or are around people they see as less important. These times often show someone's true nature more than when everything is going smoothly. Another part of this consistency test is seeing if someone's actions match their words. Do they do what they say they will? Do they live out the values they talk about? Or is there a constant mismatch between what they say and what they do? As a woman who prizes being genuine, you probably already notice when things don't add up. Trust what you see over time more than any single moment or first impression. Remember, being genuine doesn't mean being perfect. Real people mess up, have off days, and sometimes don't act like themselves. The key difference is they own up to these moments instead of pretending they never happen or blaming others. Write "consistency is key" in the comments down below. If you agree, let's talk about the next point now. How people pretend in relationships. How a person handles relationships can really show if they are genuine or not. People who are not genuine often follow a specific pattern in how they build and keep relationships. Look out for the fast-forwarding technique, where someone quickly tries to get very close by calling you their best friend or sharing very personal details too soon. This might look like they are being open, but it's usually a deliberate act to make you feel close to them quickly, without you having time to really know them. Pay attention to their overall view of relationships. People who are not genuine often see others as either useful or not, instead of valuing them as individuals. They might often change their closest friends, depending on who meets their needs at the time. Check if they are really there for you in the relationship, or if they are always distracted. Real people focus on you when you are together. People who are pretending might be there in person, but their mind is elsewhere, maybe on their phone or looking around for other people. Also, notice how they react to your successes and problems. Real friends celebrate your achievements and stand by you during tough times without envy or criticism. People who are pretending often disappear when things get tough for you, or may feel uneasy when you are doing well. Look at how balanced the relationship is, whether it's mostly you giving and them taking, which suggests they see you more as a resource than a friend. For someone who is careful about who they let into their close group, it's important to notice these patterns. Your energy is too precious to spend on one-sided relationships that don't offer real support and care. Watch how they respect your boundaries. Real people understand your limits and don't push them for their own benefit. Pretenders often challenge your boundaries using guilt, manipulation, or by ignoring your needs. The social media mask. In today's online world, social media is a key place to spot fake behavior. For someone observant, it's clear when there's a big difference between how people act online and in real life. Pay attention to those who show a completely different personality online. It's not just about using filters or showing the best parts of their lives. It's about creating a totally different identity for others to see. Notice people whose lives seem focused on making content rather than genuinely enjoying their experiences. These moments become just items for posts instead of real experiences to cherish. Look for emotional mismatches between their online posts and their real actions. Someone who always talks about being positive and growing online but is negative or stuck in real life is showing you they're not being true. Be cautious of people whose activism or values are only shown online. Genuine people live by their beliefs, not just post them for likes. See how they deal with disagreements or criticism online. Fake people often ignore such interactions or react negatively when their image is challenged. For someone who values real substance over just a show, these differences between online and offline can be very annoying. You might find that the most genuine people you know hardly focus on social media or use it mainly for practical purposes. It's normal for everyone to shape their online image somewhat, but it's about whether their online self is just a better version of their real self or a completely made-up persona to get attention or approval. If you're still here, write mask down below, so I know you've made it this far. Thanks for your support. Now let's dive right back in. Understanding emotions to spot insincerity. A key tool for a Sigma female in identifying insincere people is her emotional intelligence. This involves the skill to notice, comprehend, and react fittingly to her own emotions and those of others. Reflect on how you feel after interacting with someone. Real people usually make you feel uplifted, acknowledged, and appreciated. On the other hand, insincere people tend to leave you feeling depleted, perplexed, or slightly uneasy, even if you can't pinpoint the reason immediately. Look at how someone expresses emotions. Genuine individuals display a range of emotions that match different situations. Those who show a constant emotional tone, whether always cheerful, always serene, or always intense, might be showing a controlled image rather than true feelings. Observe if someone mirrors emotions in a way that seems forced rather than effortless. While empathetic individuals naturally tune into others' feelings, insincere people might imitate your emotions in a way that seems overdone or artificial. Be mindful of how timely and proportional emotional reactions are. True reactions are usually timely and fit the situation in intensity. When reactions are delayed or overblown, it often suggests that someone is faking their emotions. Trust your gut feeling about whether someone's emotions are real. As a Sigma female, your experience in observing human behavior equips you with a sharp sense for detecting emotional dishonesty. Remember, emotional intelligence is both a natural talent and a skill that improves with practice. The more you focus on the emotional vibes in your interactions, the better you'll get at telling apart true connection from shallow display. The importance of boundaries in spotting insincere people. For Sigma females who highly value independence and personal space, setting boundaries is an effective way to differentiate real people from fake ones. Watch how individuals react when you establish a boundary. Honest people respect your limits, even if they feel let down. Insincere individuals might try to make you feel guilty, show aggression, or act in a subtly hostile way if they don't get what they want. Notice who repeatedly tests your boundaries to see what they can get away with. Gradually pushing your limits is a common strategy used by those who put their own wants above your well-being. Keep an eye on people who respect boundaries only when it suits them or when others are watching. True respect for limits is steady and doesn't depend on the situation. Be cautious of those who try to overlook your boundaries, using their closeness or past favors as excuses, like saying we're such good friends, or after all I've done for you. Also, observe how individuals manage their own boundaries. Those who clearly set and respect their limits while honoring yours show they can maintain healthy relationships. Those without clear boundaries or very strict ones might find genuine connections challenging. For a Sigma female who carefully protects her time and energy, violations of boundaries are particularly telling. They reveal where someone stands between genuine respect and selfish manipulation. Remember, boundaries are more than just saying no. They include how you let people talk to you, treat you, and engage with your time, energy, and resources. Each aspect is a chance to judge someone's sincerity. Ultimately, how a person respects your boundaries indicates what they value more, your relationship or what they can gain from you. This insight is crucial for a Sigma female who aims to build a small, truly supportive circle of connections. Listen to your gut. The secret power of Sigma women. One of the strongest tools a Sigma woman has for spotting fake people is her gut feeling. This instinct, this unexplainable sense that something's off, often comes from your subconscious noticing small signals that you might not immediately see. As a Sigma woman, you probably have a lot of experience watching how people act from a distance. This has helped you learn the difference between those who are truly genuine and those who are just pretending. Even if you're not fully aware of it, your instincts use this knowledge. Notice if you feel uneasy around certain people. If you feel tense or drained after talking to someone, it's not by chance. It's your body reacting to the stress of dealing with someone who isn't real. Be mindful if someone's words or actions seem off, even if they look okay on the outside. Your instincts are good at catching tiny facial expressions, small changes in tone, or behavior patterns that don't add up. Don't ignore how your body reacts to people. If you often feel stressed, get headaches, or lose energy around someone, your body may be alerting you to a negative or fake connection. While you shouldn't rely solely on your instincts, they can be affected by bias or past issues. They are important to consider, especially when you can see patterns in someone's behavior. For Sigma women who value honesty and realness, trusting your instincts is more than just avoiding fake people. It's about valuing your own deep insights and the unique way you see interactions with others. If you made it till here, then write power down in the comments. Now, let's get back into the video. Vanishing acts. Friends. Only in sunshine. A clear sign of a fake person is their failure to be there when it doesn't serve them. This vanishing act is especially clear to Sigma women, who usually prefer meaningful and consistent relationships over shallow ones. Look out for people who are all smiles when they need you, but are suddenly too busy when you need a hand. This behavior shows they see relationships as transactions rather than real connections. Watch who contacts you only when they want something, advice, contacts, help, or a shoulder to cry on. but disappear when you're facing tough times. Pay attention to who stays by your side during big changes in your life. True friends remain close whether you're doing well or not, whether you're switching jobs or going through personal changes. Fake people often fade away when they're no longer getting what they want from you because their interest was in what you could give them, not in who you are. Be cautious of those who appear for public or festive occasions, but are missing during your private hardships. A friend who shows up in all your social media photos but ignores your calls on a difficult day is clearly only interested in the surface. For a Sigma woman who might prefer fewer but deeper connections, these superficial friends can be extra annoying. Your limited social energy is too precious to spend on people who only appreciate you conditionally. Also remember that real relationships naturally have ups and downs in communication and closeness. The main difference is that real people keep the fundamental bond alive, even in quieter times, while fake ones vanish when there's no immediate benefit to them. Dealing with conflict. A true test of character. Conflict often shows us who someone really is. How a person reacts to disagreements, criticism, or not getting their way reveals a lot about their true self. Look out for people who avoid conflict by always agreeing, even if it goes against what they've said before. Initially, this might seem nice, but it usually means they care more about looking good than being honest. Also, watch for those who react aggressively when faced with a challenge, responding to mild criticism with anger, attacking someone's character, or bringing up past mistakes that aren't related. This overreaction typically shows that they're not as confident as they seem. Notice if someone admits when they're wrong. Genuine people can say sorry and admit their mistakes. Those who are not genuine often blame others, make excuses, or change the story to protect their image. See how they handle defeat or being incorrect. Do they praise others' success, or do they get bitter, ignore it, or switch topics? For the Sigma female who values truth over fitting in, how someone handles conflict is very important. Someone who can disagree but remain respectful shows a rare and valuable kind of honesty. Remember, conflict isn't bad. It's a normal part of relationships. It's important whether it helps you understand each other better or just causes tension. The link between confidence and skill. A key sign of someone's genuineness is if their confidence matches their abilities. This is very noticeable to Sigma females who prefer real results over just a good show. Look out for people who act more confident than their abilities warrant. This often hides their insecurity and a desire to impress rather than true ability. On the other hand, observe those who are truly skilled but remain humble. Real experts often admit what they don't know and are comfortable saying, "I don't know." Pay attention to how someone answers questions about their skills. Real experts enjoy explaining and sharing what they know. Those pretending to be experts get defensive or use complex terms and name-dropping to avoid real answers. Watch if their skills actually hold up when tested in real situations. Many who claim to be experts fall short when they need to show their skills in practice. For the Sigma female, who cares more about authenticity than social status, it's striking when someone's grand claims don't match their actions. Genuine confidence is built on real skills and experiences, not just on wanting to appear better than others. It's usually quiet and steady instead of loud and inconsistent. Reciprocity, the art of balance in relationships. Healthy relationships naturally involve both giving and taking. How someone manages this balance can tell you a lot about their genuineness. Watch for people who always take your time, attention, or support without giving back in meaningful ways. This often shows they view relationships as one-sided rather than shared. Notice those who help others but expect something in return. Their help comes with strings attached, unlike true generosity, which is free of any hidden motives. See if someone can both accept help and give it freely. Genuine people can receive help without feeling embarrassed and offer help without expecting anything in return. Notice how they react when you say you can't give more. Real people respect your limits and adapt. Those who aren't genuine may try to make you feel guilty or push you beyond your boundaries. For the Sigma female, who is very independent, it's essential to evaluate this give and take. You don't need relationships that are more draining than supportive. Remember, the aim isn't perfect balance all the time. No relationship is exactly even, but what matters is if there is a general pattern of equal care and respect, or if one side is always favored. The strength of quiet observation. A Sigma female often finds strength in her ability to be silent and observant. This skill of watching quietly without jumping into action can be a key way to spot insincere people. Try not to rush to speak during quiet moments in conversations. People who aren't genuine might try to cover up the silence by talking more, which can lead them to say things that don't match up or show signs of uncertainty they would prefer to keep hidden. Give people a moment to continue talking after they answer a question. This pause can encourage them to add more to their answers, often sharing truer thoughts than their initial, more guarded replies. Notice how someone acts when you share a quiet moment together. Honest people are often at ease during these times, but those who aren't genuine might start to look uneasy when they can't fill the air with words or control the discussion. Watch what happens if you pull back your focus or attention for a bit. True connections will hold steady through these quieter times. However, insincere individuals might vanish when you stop engaging, or they might try too hard to get your attention back. For a Sigma female who naturally prefers meaningful interactions over constant talking, using silence wisely feels both comfortable and revealing. You are secure enough in yourself to not need endless chatter or approval, allowing you the chance to really understand others. Remember, this approach isn't about testing people or playing tricks. It's about letting genuine connections show themselves naturally instead of forcing every moment to be filled with action or polite small talk. Deep observation of behavioral consistency. For a Sigma female, being able to discern genuine character involves closely observing how individuals maintain their behavior across various contexts. Focus on how a person interacts with others who have different levels of social or professional status. Authentic people usually show equal respect and kindness to everyone, no matter how important or unimportant they may seem. In contrast, those who are inauthentic often adjust their demeanor, language, and even their opinions to align with what they perceive as beneficial in each situation. This kind of behavior can reveal a person's real agenda and lack of authenticity. Paying close attention to these shifts helps you understand who remains steadfast in their values and who is likely to change their colors like a chameleon to blend into whatever circumstance they find themselves in. Assessing genuine commitment in collaborative settings. Evaluating how someone engages in joint efforts can provide significant insights into their authenticity. Watch how individuals contribute to group projects or shared activities. Do they dive into the work with enthusiasm and persistence, showing a genuine commitment to the collective success? Or do they do the bare minimum, perhaps focusing on being seen as involved rather than truly contributing? Authentic people invest themselves fully, bringing creativity and effort to the table and actively enhancing the group dynamic. They show up not just physically, but with their whole selves. Conversely, inauthentic individuals might participate only superficially, more concerned with gaining personal advantage or recognition, rather than genuinely caring about the group's objectives. Observing these patterns in participation can help you distinguish between those who are truly invested in mutual success and those who view collaborative situations merely as opportunities to advance their own interests. Thanks for watching till the end. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed, then please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like these. I'll see you in the next one. Until next time.